So according to me, the biggest challenge for universal pension coverage is actually weaving all of it together. So people talk in silos about financial inclusion, speak about payments, speak about reinvestment, speak about customer redressal, but nobody seems to be talking together. And this also needs to be weaved in with the second challenge that I think is that it needs to be weaved in with other products. So pensions alone are difficult to be standalone. You'll need to have other products, other financial services. So you have banking, now you've got insurance, and now you need to see pensions as one of the things. Because as we see long term, nobody's thinking of pensions as anybody, whether it's you or me, nobody's really thinking of investing into pensions today. However, it's a problem of today. But given that we work with low-income workers, they have only that much income or disposable income or income for savings, which they then need to get credit, need to buy a house. They have other immediate priorities that they need to meet, and pension somehow becomes far away. So other products like insurances, short-term debts, short-term financial needs, if they are met, will people actually be thinking about pensions? Talking about pensions in silos, like I'd mentioned earlier, technology has a huge part to play in weaving in pension inclusion together. So if there is a national ID, there is a bank account, if there's a unique pension account that is opened, regular payments, which seems to be relatively more difficult to do in pensions than onboarding a customer. Technology itself can actually give access to a person no matter where they are. So the income group that we are talking about is usually working here, tomorrow move to another place, gone eventually back to their village. They keep moving, they're portable. Their incomes are intermittent. Their customer redressal and customer protection is something that needs to be also addressed. So if there can be a central focal point for governments to consider a universal pension coverage, would be to have a unique ID which is related to their pension accounts as well, and hence then all the financial services or benefits or subsidies that flow from the government come to that one unique account. And hence technology plays a huge part to make it sustainable for at least 30 years, because if somebody is, say, investing at age 30, they're going to put in money for 30 years till age 60 and then hopefully withdraw for another 20 years. So that's a 50-year relationship that you have with a financial product. Hence technology is the only way that can actually sustain and weave all this in. I think that the book project is great, and I think both the authors, Gautam and Will, have done a fantastic job of putting the book together. Given the perspective that they have from 15 different countries, 15 different distinct countries, yet the population of all those developing countries probably look the same. So to see how at a policy level, or how the regulators or how the governing bodies are actually thinking about it, along with the thought leaders in the research section, are thinking about pension inclusion in their countries, is a huge win, because nobody's really talking about pensions. And I think you need to stand on top of the mountain and scream your lungs out and say, countries, please wake up and rattle yourself out that it is not a problem of tomorrow, it is a problem of today. It is something that countries need to address today, because the cost of not addressing it today and the escalated cost of serving elderly at the age 60, 30 years down the line is going to be very, very expensive to sustain for any government. Hence, it's very important to address it today. So this book is going to bring this cross-country experience to say, Chile, you've done this, Jamaica, you've done this, Mexico, you've done that, Solomon Islands, you're thinking of a project, India, you have a problem of coverage. So there are different experiences, something that worked, and equally important, something that did not work in a country. And for the thematic chapters, equally important to address how payments, national ID, technology, reinvestment, supervision, administration are all equally important part of the same jigsaw puzzle that needs to come together. Hence, experiences from OECD countries and developing countries alike are equally important to have some sort of a learning. So I think it's great that this book has been put together, and I think the readership should bring it out and a platform where everybody will actually be talking pension inclusion as well.